Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? Well, today Tim Harper posted in the RPG Brigade Facebook page he linked a little blog, blog entry by Charles Akins. I've never heard of this guy, but really interesting little teeny blog post called "You Want Me to Think About How the Orc Feels Before I Kill Him? What are you, a pervert?" And very provocatively titled little blog post. Not that I know anything about provocatively titled videos or blog posts. Actually, it was interesting because I was talking to Null Inquisitor today, and in the past he's definitely called me out for being with a provocative title. But he was asking, well, what are you going to talk about today? What's your video about today? And we had a little chat about why I'm making so many videos, which is a totally different subject. But here's what this guy was talking about. Let's see, talking about simple morality versus complex morality in his games, and he said. There he goes. It said, let's see, the opposing poster, blah, blah, blah. We should transpose this moral complexity over to our role-playing games and find a way to reflect that difficulty in how we play. This insistence on playing in a world of complex morality where every decision should matter morally to me as a player has never appealed to me. Our real world is filled with that complexity, and I deal with it every day, so why should I deal with it in my game world too? So, the poster goes on to defend his position that he just doesn't feel like he should. Be forced to do that, and so like, let's see, what did I post? People got a little upset, and listen, I'll kind of get to that in a minute because I'm not pointing fingers at them. I'm pointing fingers at myself as well about how we as human beings sometimes react. And let's see, what clever thing did I post? I pretty much said, because I don't want to, I forgot when I tried to make this video the first time. I forgot what I had said, because age does that to you. But I didn't see the author coming across as abrasive, and I had to reread the post a few times, but they were pretty much just reacting to and disputing the assertion that they should reflect the moral complexity of the real world when they play role-playing games. And it'd be a much different story if they were telling us that we shouldn't simulate this moral complexity, but they weren't. All they were doing was defending their right to play in a different manner. And I found with myself and certainly with other people that sometimes what happens is when somebody's defending their own stance on like what kind of games they like to play, their preferred play style, why they like to do something, or why they, if you said, maybe perhaps accidentally, and I've certainly in the past not been so accidental about it, saying what they're doing is wrong, when they're defending an alternate play style, alternate preference, it's been my reaction in the past, and I believe, I know some people here, like going on the defensive and kind of misinterpreting that defense of, in this case, his right to play in a morally simple game, where, orcs bad, that's the least common denominator. Orcs bad, they're evil. It's okay to kill them. But we end up interpreting that as meaning that it's not okay if you want to play in a morally complex game, and so you feel attacked. And I've certainly been in that position, and even recently. The difference now is I have the time before I hit send. If I'm about to type something, I say, well, wait a minute, Ivan, that's not quite right. That's not what they were saying, and I have to reread it. And I remember when I first started to watch some of Complex Games Apologist's videos and read some of his posts. He defends games that are much more complex. We disagree on some things, but now I've been able to take the time to realize, well, that's not an attack on some of the games that I like. It's just he's defending his position. Just because he's defending his position doesn't mean that he's attacking mine. But it's human nature to kind of like have that gut level reaction, And so the neat thing about having these few seconds to talk now, maybe I've matured in my old age, hopefully a little bit, is that we get to have meaningful discussions with people that share different outlooks, have different experiences, and hopefully we all grow as a result, instead of shutting each other out. So I'm not really sure. I guess the point of this video is really just when you see something like that, because we see it all the time. When you hear somebody putting forth a different opinion or what have you, then it's natural to feel all of a sudden defensive and attacked if they're advocating something that's different than what you like. And often, like I said, I pretty much said, why don't you reread the post? Hopefully I didn't come across as too salty when I did that. But I had to reread it a couple times and say, yeah, he really wasn't attacking anybody. He was just defending his own right to play in a game that's different. So that's my take for today. And I dug out the 6 string, even though I never play this, so I'll probably botch whatever I try to play now. But have a good one. That's I'm not sure if I'm playing it right. A song by Kay's Choice, Mr. Freeze, off the album with the Addict song. But great underrated song. And I probably botched it, but love the tune. Anyhow, see you later.